Probably.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the official 15th episode of the Global Gang Podcast. I am your host, Anthony J-Mo, today. It is a pleasure having you all here, so I appreciate anyone coming in. And we will be getting into it really soon, so obviously I'm joined by Alec Hunter, 1982. I'm also joined by Taisha Daisetsu, and I'm also joined by Trevor Isengard. We don't need any introductions at this point. We've been doing this for weeks, but we are all here today. Before we actually start I just wanted to say that we were supposed to have Chaotic Tense on today, but due to some personal upcomings, he's not able to show up today. So unfortunately, it'll be just us four. We'll hopefully have Chaotic Tense featured on another episode later on in the months upcoming, because we're pretty booked with guests for pretty much all of May, right, Alec?
Yeah, I'm actually booking guests in July right now.
So we're going to have our hands full, so hopefully we'll see Chaotic Tense on an upcoming episode, maybe in the late July, maybe even early August at the latest. But, yeah, so are you guys ready to get started, or?
Now let's go. Let's go home.
Alright.
I mean, we don't really have much to talk about. So
I know.
Nothing special's coming up. I can't think of anything. It's not like there's a banner or anything we could talk about. Is there? I mean, maybe we could. I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm not
Anthony,
sure.
pull something out of your ass.
Well, we haven't got a data download yet, so who knows?
Alright, so to get into the opening of the podcast, we're going to be talking about, well, not really talking about, but just kind of briefly going over the current events that are in Dokkan. We've kind of touched up on these, or, well, not me personally, I haven't been on the last couple episodes, but the other panelists have been touching up on a lot of these. So, in current events, obviously we have the Zamasu EZA, and we're pretty much just going to give you guys the rundown on like the times that they're available until. The legendary campaign for Cell is still around. Will be ending in a day from now as well. Obviously, Android 13 and his free-to-play story event. Ultimate Clash ends tonight. Just a heads up on that, guys. Keep that in mind. If you have not finished Ultimate Clash or any of the missions, do that today. I will be doing that actually myself, because I haven't touched any of that. We also have Looming Menace. We have all of the other Android story events, a bunch of the Cell stuff, obviously the other EZA areas like the Android Cell Saga and the Fight Against Despair also end within the next day as well. And then obviously all the other Dokkan events. So again, just touching up mainly on story events and things like that for those who may have not farmed any of this stuff. You still have some time for the GTs, the Epic Battle, the Vegeta, and the Eternal God, so all those will be around for a while, but just keep in mind, guys, again, I guess the most important one for myself and maybe other players as well who have not done this will be Ultimate Clash. Like, I haven't finished it. I believe I only ran it like twice in full, so I have to do the third time, and I will be busting my ass once this podcast is over to be finishing that up. And I'm pretty sure that's all we have to talk about for current events. There isn't anything.
Right, later,
this isn't anything special going on, I suppose. Like this is all stuff that we've covered
Multiple times over the last
yeah.
year.
All right. So moving on, we also have this that is coming up. It is the Gohan, Goku, and Goten Day, and this comes with special missions. So, just to run you guys through the missions, this has been going on, right? Actually. Because I haven't been in Dokkan for like the past couple days, actually.
Yeah,
well, I
so
couldn't be on yesterday.
Yeah,
yeah.
You've been missing out hardcore. These actually started, 3 days ago.
The second, yes.
The second it says, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do use 58 stamina every day, you either get a Dokkan Festival A ticket, a Dokkan Festival B ticket, or a stone.
Got you.
Except for on, tomorrow night, you'll get 2 tickets.
Oh. Well, see, this is why you're not me, chat. This is why you log into Dokkan every day instead of me. This is what happens with no internet. Wait, never mind. All right. Anyways, moving. Anything else to really note in this other than the fact, like this end?
Stamina every day.
Yeah, this ends actually on. Does it end on the 7th or?
The last login for it will be tomorrow night.
Okay.
Tomorrow at 4:00 PST, 5:00 PDT, whatever it is.
Got you. So you can't even get the other tickets or anything that were in the other days, basically, or can you?
Right. If you've missed these daily, you've missed them. You don't get them.
Standing ovation to me.
Sorry about your luck.
Same
My wife actually missed the first day too.
Oh, okay.
I could have swore I told her to log in, but I could be wrong.
Gotcha.
But it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Some people miss them. I mean, it's just one less chance of getting, a new unit for free or anything. It's not like it's a big deal.
Gotcha.
Not a big deal. Yeah.
All right. Well, that covers that. So we're now going to be moving on to the upcoming units, I suppose, that'll be coming up in the next couple of weeks, right? Weeks, maybe a month. We've been dry.
Hopefully in a few days.
Couple days.
Next few days is what I'm guessing.
Okay.
Now, I do want to preface this by saying we haven't gotten official word from anybody that the next banner is going to be the dual Dokkan Fest. But there's only 2 dual Dokkan Fests right now on JP that could come that were on JP that could come to Global, and one's the 5th year and the other one is this one. So by process of elimination, I'm guessing that we're getting Goku and Vegeta.
Yes. But yeah, we have been extremely dry, so we're going to basically go over the units that will be coming out with this as well. So, our first unit up is the Passion Inciting Fighting Spirit Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku, which is in Other Warriors category. He gives Ki +3, HP attack and defense plus 170%, or he also is a Super Saiyan 3 category, Ki +3 and HP attack and defense plus 150%. He has a raise attack for 1 turn. This is by a 30% for 1 turn and causes immense damage to enemy. And then his passive reads as attack and defense plus 100%, plus an additional defense boost by up to 60%. The more HP remaining, the greater the defense boost, and an additional attack boost by up to 60%. The less HP remaining, the greater the attack boost, plus an additional attack and defense plus 30% when performing a super attack with 3 or more Ki obtained, and then transforms when his conditions are met. In order to get his transformation, you have to be facing only one enemy whose HP is 80% or more, starting from the 3rd turn of the start of the battle. Link skills are Saiyan Warrior Race, Super Saiyan, Golden Warrior, Kamehameha, Prep for Battle, Supreme Warrior, and Fierce Battle. And then obviously his categories fall under Majin Buu Saga Resurrected Warriors, Super Saiyan 3, Pure Saiyans, Transformation Boosts, Goku's Family, Kamehameha, Otherworld Fighters, or Warriors, and Super Saiyan 2 category. So, before we get into the rest of the discussion, we are actually going to be going over his transformation as well. So, when you transform him, he does become Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku, in then which case his leader skill and his sub-leader skill do not change at all. He still gives the Ki +3 HP attack and defense by 170, and also the Super Saiyan 3s by 150%. However, his super attack and passives do change. He greatly raises attack for 1 turn by 50% and causes immense damage to an enemy with a high chance of stunning the enemy. That is by a 50% chance to stun for 2 turns. His passive then becomes attack and defense plus 120%, plus an additional defense boost up to 77%. The more HP remaining, the greater the defense boost, and then also an additional attack boost up to 77% with the less HP remaining, the greater the attack boost becomes. Chance of evading enemies' attack, including a super, by 33%, plus an additional attack and defense plus 33%, with 3 or more Ki spheres obtained. And then attack is effective against all types with 6 or more Ki spheres obtained. And as you guys can see here, he gets new link skills. He gets Limit Breaking Form, Super Saiyan, Golden Warrior, Kamehameha, Over in a Flash, Supreme Warrior, and Fierce Battle. And then categories are pretty much also unchanged. So now that we've covered the Super Saiyan 3 Goku and the Super Saiyan 2 version of him, we're going to go over to the panelists and see what they have to think about this Goku. So I will start off by actually asking Alec this question because he's kind of the one who sets up the show notes. So I figured maybe he kind of looked through it before us having to host today. So Alec, when making the show notes, have you really tried to look into this unit more, or is this like a first look for you as well?
Oh no, he's Garbo. I didn't even pay attention to him.
Hey, that's my job.
No. I mean, I didn't really look into him a whole lot. I kind of glanced over him as I was making show notes and whatnot. This is really kind of my first deep dive into him. I was just kind of clicking through his leader or his new category, Otherworld Warriors.
Right.
I mean, I'm not super excited about that per se. I mean, it's okay. I see some fun stuff that I could do with it if I had the unit. But as far as he goes, I think he'll be a good unit. I mean, like, I think I remember a few months ago I watched Truth do a showcase on him. And Truth did the typical Truth, you know, are these the new best units in the game thing. But they're not terrible. I mean, I'm not going to fault anybody for wanting to dive in on this banner, but we'll get to whether or not I'm going to summon or skip here in a little bit.
Okay. Taisha, Trevor, you guys have anything else to add about the Goku so far, or?
You go ahead, Trevor.
I mean, I've already used him, so...
oh, that's right, you defected.
That's right, I play JP now sometimes.
That's why I let him go first.
So,
he's famous as now on JP.
Thank you. Okay, so I've used him pretty extensively. He's on my favorite team. Honestly, I don't like the transformation condition. It actually kind of sucks. I actually don't. He doesn't transform pretty often. Like you have to intentionally not do damage in hopes that he transforms. You know. So that kind of sucks. Even on multi-phase fights, you know.
Yeah.
Like I did him in Infinite Dragon Ball History with the youth and stuff, and even in those, he still wouldn't transform until super late, and I get lucky, right?
Right.
So that kind of sucks, but otherwise, his stats and stuff, like he slaps. I mean, he hits hard, dude. Like especially when you get you know, at least 3 key spheres and you're low health, maybe. Yeah, he goes off hitting 3 mil easy attack stat. So I like him. His links are pretty good. You know, Over to Flash is shared with Vegeta and a lot of other, you know, like Gotenks and stuff. So the other units in the category he's pretty decently linked with. But yeah, I like him. I think it's good. I really like the category because your boy Pycon. But other than that, he's good. I like him.
That all I was gonna say was I don't know why they, you know, gave Super Saiyan 3 Goku the Otherworld Warriors category leader thing. They should have just gave it to Pycon and gave him this, and then it would have been like, oh hey, it's the new best Pycon, because this certainly isn't the new best Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku.
Right.
Like he's good. Like he does a lot of damage, but when it comes to overall utility, in my opinion, you know, there's too many like restrictions on him. In my personal opinion, I think there's way too many restrictions on him when it comes to certain effects to kind of tie in. I'm just kind of underwhelmed with it. So
understandable, and kind of to go back to what Alec and the other panelists are saying, these are, for the most part, going to be well, I guess the Majin Vegeta and Goku, even though they're good, they're kind of underwhelming in a sense as well, whereas, like, I kind of agree with Taisha. I actually really like that thing that you brought up. It would have been nice to see kind of Pycon take over the Otherworld Warriors category, and then maybe have given us the Super Saiyan Goku as kind of like the updated Super Saiyan 3 leader. Because, I mean, right now we're just using... I'm pretty sure Bardock is still the ideal best lead to have for Super Saiyan 3, so something new would have been nice. One thing I do take away from this unit, like, regardless of the passive skill being really weirdly written to me, is the Super Saiyan 3 art style. In my opinion, it's probably one of the best Super Saiyan 3 Goku arts that we've had in a while.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
So, like, the one thing that I always take away from units that come out is, like, even if they're somewhat more underwhelming than older units of the same name, the arts always tend to get better, and it kind of allows me to kind of still appreciate when we get new stuff like this, even if they aren't something that I would personally use. But, yeah. I mean, I'm, like, reading his stats again, like, just at a 55%, having, like, 13,000 HP, the 14,000 attack, and, like, the 8,000 defense. And then when you go to his max stats, I mean, he's not a bad unit overall.
Oh, no,
and like Trevor, Like Trevor said, he slaps. Like he's definitely a hard-hitting unit, but I don't know if I necessarily would use the team myself. I don't know necessarily where he places in terms of like optimability, things like that, like where you would personally want to fit him in other teams if it wasn't like his own two categories rather. But
yeah,
like,
I've ran him in like just pure Saiyans. And I mean, as long as you have Vegeta with him or somebody else that has Over in a Flash, then he'll be fine. You know,
Gotcha.
I know they're super, like most Super Saiyan characters have Over in a Flash. If you're, you know, or most characters that have Over in a Flash are Super Saiyan of some fashion, right?
Yeah.
So that usually works out. So he'll get his attack links, he'll get the key link, and he'll be okay. But on my pure Saiyans team, I basically just have like God Goku and God Vegeta, and then him too. So that's at least 4 units that have Over in the Flash. So
Right.
that's what I do on a like optimal pure Saiyans team. It probably wouldn't be great, but as long as you have at least one dude to link with and you keep him on rotation that way, he'll be okay. If you're trying to use him as a floater, don't even put him on the team.
Right.
You know.
Alright, and that's gonna be pretty much all our coverage on the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, or rather Super Saiyan 2 Goku. Now moving on to Vegeta, and by the way guys, we did talk about this before the podcast. Just note that neither of these two characters have a farmable super, as far as we're aware. None of them have farmable supers.
That is correct.
Technically they do.
No, they don't.
Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku does have a farmable super.
The wiki doesn't show it, so what character is the farmable super for that?
The free-to-play super, the strength one. With Ultimate Clash.
That's not free though.
I mean, that's technically free, and it's unlimited.
It's free to play because it doesn't cost you any stones to get, but that would be such a pain in the ass grind. The amount of battlefield memories you would literally be wasting. Battlefield memories to me are more valuable than Kai's.
Oh, they're 30k each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you can't just say he's not farmable at all, because if they want to do it, they can.
Okay, let me.
I'm sorry. When I wrote those show notes, actually, I didn't even make any note about that. But still, when you're looking at it, like if you go into the wiki, it seriously shows that there is no farmable super attack for these units.
Let me put it this way, Trevor. If you're smart, then no, there is no farmable super.
Yeah,
if you want to waste your battlefield memories and be a dumb idiot face, then yes, there is a farmable super. Good job, Trevor.
Well, you just call me dumb idiot face then.
Dumb idiot face.
You're gonna go ahead, spend all of those battlefield memories now to free to play awaken to free to play raise your super attack. But when your boy Bobbity and Dabura come out and you don't have the 330,000 you need for one frickin' copy, don't cry to me, dude.
Yep, right.
Alright.
No, real talk though, I didn't make back with guys. I didn't.
Alright.
Throw out my freaking G right there.
Alright, moving on to the Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta that transforms into Majin Vegeta. This is our fighting spirit to blow everything away, Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. He is also a Super Saiyan 2 category lead with the key plus 3 HP attack and defense plus 170%, and he's also a Resurrected Warriors category, key plus 3 HP attack and defense plus 150%. He raises defense for one turn, that is by a 30% for one turn, causes immense damage to an enemy. And then his passive reads as attack and defense plus 100% plus an additional attack boost up to 60%. The more HP remaining, the greater the attack boost. And then the additional defense boost up to 60%. The less HP, the greater the defense. So basically this is in reverse of Goku, I believe, right? Whereas Goku's was defense or attack first, now it's defense for Vegeta. And then he also gets an additional attack and defense plus 30% when performing a super attack with 3 or more key spheres obtained. Power up with Bobbity's magic when conditions are met. And his boost conditions are power up with Bobbity's magic when facing only one enemy whose HP is 80% or more, starting from the third turn of the battle. His link skills are Saiyan Warrior Race, Super Saiyan, Saiyan Pride, Royal Lineage, Prepared for Battle, Supreme Warrior, and Fierce Battle. Whereas his categories read as Resurrected Warriors, Majin Buu Saga, Pure Saiyans, Vegeta's Family, Worthy Rivals, and Super Saiyan 2. looking down at his stats, you know, relatively ideal stats. You know, he has a 10,000 HP, the 1,200 attack, and the 6,000 defense. And then when he's 55%, you get the 12,000, 14,000, and 8,700. And then obviously his max stats. But now, moving on to Majin Vegeta. You guys, excuse me 1 minute.
While he's doing that, I'd like to point out really quick on this Majin Vegeta, since he's already on it. This is the first Super Majin Vegeta on a technicality, due to the fact that, you know, the previous version of this card is a super category, or super attack, or whatever.
Super class character, yeah.
Thank you, Matt. That's exactly what I was trying to say. So technically, this Majin Vegeta is the first Super Majin Vegeta. So yeah.
This is also the first unit in the game that starts off as one class, transforms to the other, and stays that way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Tapion does that, you know, under 50% he'll transform for a couple of turns. But yeah, this is the first character that's been introduced to the game where they start off as super, they change to extreme, and then they stay there.
Well, no, like, the Majin Vegeta stays super.
No, he's extreme when he goes
No,
Majin
he's extreme.
Vegeta.
Yeah,
I'm looking at it right now. It shows that. When
Trust me. He's extreme.
Alright guys, so reading up on Majin Vegeta again, leader skills do not change, but he does get the greatly raises defense for 1 turn by 50% and then causes immense damage to an enemy with a high chance of stunning the enemy by 50% for 2 turns. And then his passive is attack and defense plus 120% plus an additional attack boost up to 77. The more HP remaining, obviously the greater the boost. And then the defense boost up to 77% with less HP, the greater the boost with less HP. Attack effective against all types with 3 or more key spheres obtained. Guard activated against all attacks with 6 or more key spheres obtained. Link skills will read as Saiyan Warrior Race, Super Saiyan, Saiyan Pride, Royal Lineage, Over in a Flash, Supreme Warrior, and Fierce Battle. And then categories pretty much stay the same: Resurrected Warriors, Majin Buu Saga, Pure Saiyans, Vegeta's Family, Worthy Rivals, and Super Saiyan 2. Okay, now with that mouthful out of the way, panelists, what do you guys think of Majin Vegeta? Again, I'm assuming...
They do switch, never mind.
Yep, these
I had to zoom in on the Facebook.
Yeah,
picture.
it's hard to read.
Yeah, because, well, in the top thing, it shows that they're both super tech.
Yep.
So I had to go down and scroll below and then zoom in on the 2 faceplates, and yeah,
Yep.
you're right. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, what I like about this character is that it doesn't matter, like, hit points for your team, like, because of the way his passive is built, especially once he transforms, I should say. He has that attack boost that's greater with the higher health remaining, and then the defense boost with the lower health. So no matter where you are health-wise, this unit's going to be doing good things for you.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I'm just kind of glad that, you know, we get Resurrected Warriors, a new category lead for that. Granted, you know, if you got the Golden Frieza, like, you have the Golden Frieza, but, you know, it's nice to have another Resurrected Warriors lead that'll actually, you know, give you some difference, you know, give you differences in what you do for making your teams. But again, like, outside of the art, you know, there's
little to no value, basically.
Like, I'm excited just because, you know, I'm always excited for another, like, you know, I always want a new unit. Like, I'm always wanting to get the new units to test them out and all that. But, like, these ones, while they look cool, are just, there's too much restrictions between, like, their abilities to make me go, is this really worth putting on a team besides other units? So that's where my kind of conscience on this is.
Yeah, I mean, all's fair. So, go ahead,
I
Trevor.
have him rainbowed on JP. And he is, he's god tier, dude. Like, he's better than Goku just because he greatly raises defense when he supers. So he immediately becomes a tank. So that's awesome. And I don't know. They're pretty much the same, but I like that they can stun. I like his categories a lot better. Super Saiyan 2, it's whatever, but Resurrected Warriors, he literally makes pure Saiyan Resurrected Warrior a thing, and it's awesome. And I'm really happy about it. So that's a cool team that I'm gonna try to make if I can get them both. That'd be cool. But yeah, I like him. I like him a lot. I like the stun. I like his Saiyan Pride link. I love it when Vegeta has that link because it's so far and few between. I appreciate it. But other than that, yeah, it's cool. I like him. I think he's better than Goku, for sure. And and the STR Majin Vegeta needs a linking partner, so works.
I agree. It is definitely a change for sure for the better. Like, obviously, when we get new units like this, they're always going to be more like. They're always going to be making these units for a purpose. Whether they are worth the summon for you or not, obviously just comes down to your box, depending on what you feel is best for your buck. If you are someone who is pay to play, or if you're someone who just is primarily trying to be free to play, is it worth summoning on? Honestly, it just depends on your play style at the end of the day. But I agree, like, I'm listening to you guys talk, and I'm kind of really getting on the train with Trevor here. Like, yes, to me, they're still underwhelming cards in a way, because I don't really see myself using them. But listening to you, Trevor, I'm like, I can understand why you enjoy both of the units so much, and you being able to actually use them on certain teams. And honestly, I agree. In terms of Vegeta, like, I am someone who finds myself nowadays running Resurrected Warriors a lot more, as well as, like, you know, Vegeta's family and Pure Saiyans, mainly due to the fact that I actually don't have Super Saiyan 4 Goku LR. So having Vegeta, I mean, it'd be an interesting thing to just slap him on, like, even a Vegeta's family team and just see how he performs. But overall, again, we will be going over the banner discussion here in a second. But I do like the, you know, the different standpoints that you all brought up. So, actually, are we up to... Okay, no, we're going to be going on to our next unit. So, I was going
to say, too, as another thing really quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Maybe I'm just being cynical, but it seems weird that they introduced the Super Saiyan 2 category with Vegeta and not Kid Gohan. So...
Right.
I was like, both of these cards seem like they would have better representation of the new categories with different units, but I digress.
Yeah. So yeah, we will be covering over 2 more units before we go into the banners in full, as opposed to whether you guys would, you know, kind of skip or summon. I guess call it a trash or pass, basically. But moving on, we do have our Great Saiyaman, who is full charge opposition Great Saiyaman. He is a Super Saiyan, by the way. He is a Hybrid Saiyans category, Ki +3 and HP attack and defense leader by 120%. He also raises attack for 30% for 99 turns, or basically just an infinite attack stacker, and causes supreme damage to enemy and greatly lowers defense. That lower defense is by 50% for 3 turns. Passive skill reads as attack and defense was 120% with a high chance of sealing the attacked enemy's super attack for 2 turns. That is a 50% chance. And also super class Majin Buu Saga category allies Ki +2 and attack and defense plus 30%. His link skills are Brainiacs, Golden Warrior, Super Saiyan, Kamehameha, Hero of Justice, Supreme Warrior, and Fierce Battle. His categories read as follows: Hybrid Saiyans, Majin Buu Saga, Goku's Family, Siblings Bond, Super Saiyans, Kamehameha, and Special Pose. Alright. So, personal opinion so far, I mean, I like that it's a Hybrid Saiyans category, I guess. It kind of makes sense for Gohan, given that most of our Gohan units are revolved around Hybrid Saiyans. But, I don't know, I kind of wanted or expected something new and or better. But, like, I guess the overall unit is a lot better than most of the Hybrid Saiyans leaders that we have. So I'll bring it over to the panelists again and let them give any other opinions, and we'll discuss. So, what do you guys think of Gohan?
Off of that, just keep in mind that this is just an unfeatured SSR. It's going to end up in the generic pool after this banner, and you'll be able to pull it on any banner after this. He does have a farmable super attack in his base form, because I believe it's just regular Great Saiyaman, so you can use any of the Great Saiyaman cards that you can get to raise that. I like that he raises attack and lowers enemy defense on super attack. I think that's kind of a neat combination. And then also in his passive, he has the ability, or he has a chance to seal. So this guy is pretty solid. Also, he's going to, be useful on any Majin Buu Saga category team where you're running a lot of super class allies.
Mm-hmm.
What basically that kind of what I was gonna say with that as well is that, and maybe it was because I was so cynical at first, but at the same time, all the cards so far that we listed are very good for Majin Buu Saga, which is something that is needed, kind of a category boost in the sense. It wasn't terrible, obviously,
Right.
but
It wasn't great.
yeah, but it wasn't great. And now we're actually getting these units that are actually going to be very good. I think this is one of the units that's going to take your team to a higher level. Just because of the fact that there's not very much restrictions. It's obviously a support card when it comes to the key +2 attack, defense +30%. It's got a decent amount of attack as well, with it being at 14,000 just as a rainbow base. Plus the 120 right off the top of that. And then, you get the high chance of sealing the enemy's attack, super attack for 2 turns. This card does a little bit of, just about everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm definitely excited about the card compared to the other ones. In my perspective.
Oh, is it me?
Yes.
Best Great Saiyaman in the game. 1. 2. I don't like that he's a Hybrid Saiyan lead. We have plenty of Hybrid Saiyan leads. We don't need any more of that. They're all Gohan, too. So, that's fine. I don't need any more of that. But that's whatever. I guess it works. He's a sub lead. He's not like a 150 lead or anything. And he's unfeatured, so he'll be around more often. So, if you haven't pulled Intellect Gohan, then he's another option for you in the future. So I guess that's cool. He's really good for the Majin Buu Saga category, like SBR, because he seals. The raising attack's not great for the SBR, but it doesn't hurt anything, I guess. And the support's obviously awesome. I think he would be best on a Great Saiyaman team, so put him on that. and he will carry that team. He will carry that team by himself. But other than that, I'm more excited about Dabura, but he's good.
I agree. I am kind of on that as well. To me, it just feels weird. I'll go back to it one more time just to give you guys a general idea. The Hybrid Saiyans category. I mean, how much more Gohans can we possibly get?
Well, there's a Goku.
There is a Goku. I agree.
Jr.
Yeah, there's a Vegeta Jr.
But seriously, Hybrid Saiyans is like an Oprah moment. You get a Gohan. You get a Gohan. You get a Gohan. Everybody gets a Gohan.
Yeah.
And I mean, the only one I really want is Future Gohan. I'll be honest.
Yep.
I do want to point out though on the SSR art for this Gohan. I was watching a Toon Rami video the other day, and he calls him Karaoke Gohan, and seriously, tell me you can't see it.
Yeah,
I can see it
because of the way the hole in the background, it looks just like a microphone. Totally Karaoke Gohan. I'm selling that out there.
We need to get Toon Rami to make a microphone in his hand if he's gonna keep calling it that.
Yes.
He has to put it together. Just make it the card art from now on. Alright. But yeah, so overall to finish off this unit, actually let me go back to his Dokkan Awaken. But just so you guys can get a general idea of his stats, he's basically HP 7, just borderline 8,000. He gets a 9,100 attack, he has 5,300 defense, and then kind of doesn't really change much when he's 55%, minus that you actually break the 10k for attack. And then when you have him 100%, the potential does obviously get better with the unit. But overall, again, for a support unit, he's going to be a very good card, very solid for Superclass Majin Buu Saga, if you guys want to run that. Overall, good unit, so... Moving on, and, well, actually, before we move on, just keep in mind, I believe Dabura is the same position, right, Alec? They do become on... They are units that tend to be on every banner? after
Yeah,
this?
they will
So-
all be unfeatured SSRs after this.
Okay. So, alright. That concludes Gohan. Now moving on to Trevor's unit over here. We have our christening of the Demon King Deborah. And so to start off, he is a Majin Buu Saga category lead with a Ki +3 and an HP attack and defense plus 120%. He raises defense by 30%. It's an infinite defense stack. He causes supreme damage to enemy and greatly lowers defense by 50% for 3 turns. Passive reads as attack and defense plus 120% and a medium chance of stunning the attacked enemy for 2 turns by a 25% chance. Extreme class Majin Buu Saga categories, allies Ki +2 and attack and defense plus 30%. Link skills are Brutal Beatdown, Loyalty, Master of Magic, Majin Resurrection Plan, Nightmare, Fear and Faith, and Fierce Battle. And categories are pretty self-explanatory: Majin Buu Saga, Siblings Bond, and Terrifying Conquerors. Alright.
Can I just say that Majin Buu Saga has, in this short amount of time, is becoming a very strong category?
Oh yeah,
100%.
This is definitely an SBR.
hence my
hands
favorite
down.
category.
This is definitely a SBR unit, due to the fact that you're raising your defense, you're causing, you're causing stuns, whether it's a medium chance or not. Like, you're causing stuns for 2 turns.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting that support boost. You're getting the attack and defense plus 120%. You're lowering defense as your super, and you're raising your own defense. Like, it's a win-win.
Yep. Very strong if you want to make a mixed team as well, or if you just want to do a full extreme like Majin Buu Saga, or a full super class Majin Buu Saga as well. Like the Gohan and Deborah are 2 extraordinary units for this. So, first and foremost, I want to give Trevor's feedback first, because this is his unit. So before Alec and Taisha, Trevor, run us down what it is that you love about this unit.
All right, so first off, links.
Mhm.
Deborah has always had amazing links, but no one cares because he had a shitty card beforehand, right? Now his card's good, so maybe people will start to realize, oh shit, he got Nightmare, Fear and Faith, and Brutal Beatdown. Let's go, right? That's the only 3 you need when you're an extreme team. The Master of Magic is really cool. Not a whole lot of units have that. Just like, Supreme Opie of Time and who's that other guy? The Xenoverse 2 character, I can't remember his name.
Demigra.
What, Demigra?
Demigra, yeah, he also has it. But other than that, Majin Resurrection Plan is a really specific link that only he has. So like, why? But yeah, other than that, this chance to stun is cool. The support is really cool, and he's amazing. I mean, stacks of defense. Let's go. Majin Buu Saga lead. Let's go. I mean, that's it. He can literally, he's the lead, and then you run Buu. Done. That's the team.
There you go. Alec,
I think
Taisha?
I
You
think
had
we
me
need
at
a
infinite
team.
defense stack.
Sure.
That's all I needed to hear. I love this unit. Infinite defense stack. That's all I care about.
I was
Alright.
gonna say, I think we need to trade Trevor's Super Buu to Deborah now, as his
Right,
unit.
no, not that bad.
It's not the
I
mascot
honestly-
for Trevor yet.
What would have put this guy over the edge would have been if he would have been Gohan's exact opposite. Like if he would have raised defense and lowered attack. Oh man.
That would be too powerful, dude.
Dude, that'd be
Raise
so
defense
good.
and lower attack. Oh boy, I would love it. Those are my 2
That'd be
favorite
so
abilities in the game.
He
I
wouldn't
know,
be
it'd have
touched.
been. Oh god, it'd be so good.
He wouldn't be touched.
That's the
He'd
dream.
just be like, "What up?"
Be the best.
When he gets an easy A, that's what
best unit. And if he infinitely raised his defense and lowered attack on super, dude, it would be very hard to justify any other unit in a long form fight being better than Deborah at that point.
Yep.
But I will say this about the Majin Buu category: that's gotten a lot of love, but it's still going to lag behind all the other current meta categories because it does not have a 170 attack lead.
Mm-hmm.
Also, with as mixed as a lot of the key links, but like if you want to make a mixed good guy bad guy team, you also has key 4, and I don't believe that Majin Buu Saga has one that has a decent stat boost with key 4.
Don't worry, 6th anniversary, LR Super Vegito incoming.
Who knows? Who knows, dude? Maybe. I mean, we also don't have any information on what the download celebration is going to be this year. So, I mean, anything could happen. But those are the two glaring weak points that I currently see in Majin Buu Saga that a lot of other categories have. A lot of other categories have a 170 attack lead, or they have a key 4 lead in some way, shape, or form.
Right. All right, banking on it now, guys. You heard it from me. 6th anniversary is going to be LR Kid Buu, and it's going to be LR Vegito that goes to Super, or it's going to be SSR Vegito that ends up becoming LR Super Vegito. That's when we're going to get our +4. That's my unpopular prediction.
Dude, starts base form at just regular Vegito?
Yes.
That would be so good, dude. Farmable Super, let's go. That would be awesome.
Alright. So, moving on to, I guess now, the banners, right? This is, actually, I'm a little behind. Hold on. My apologies. Alright, so, moving back in time, because I almost went a little too far, now we're going to be talking about the banners. So, first and foremost, obviously, the burning question is trash or pass. What do you guys think?
Trash.
I mean, I'll be kind of the devil's advocate. You know, obviously I like getting new units and stuff like that. And overall, if you're new to the game, these banners are not terrible to get on. You got your chance of an LR SSJ4 with Goku being on the Goku side and Vegeta being on the other side. You got the transformation units that are also, you know, very big category leads or class leads with the Goku and the Vegeta. You got UI Goku, you got, you know, SSBE Vegeta, you know, and then obviously you got the new units that are coming out. So these are not bad banners per se. It's just for veterans, we've seen most of these units too much. Although this is the second time that, you know, the SSJ4 LRs have come back. If you haven't gotten any of these ones, I would highly recommend using your coins just to get one of these and just skipping these banners. Wait for 5th year. Like, you're so close, guys. Just be a little more patient. That being said, I'm gonna do 7th. Oh yeah.
Alright, so my opinion is, I agree. We have seen these units a lot of the times. Like, typically, I've already kind of figured we were going to see Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku. It is nice, though, still, for those who still might be relatively new to the game, to be able to pull those 120 leads, be able to pull the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken EZA Goku, as well as the categories. Overall, it is still a pass, in my opinion. The only reason why I feel like I'm going to be forced to just throw a single multi in is I don't have Super Saiyan 4 LR Goku. And to be that guy, I'm just going to try for the sake of trying, if that makes sense. But overall, yeah. I don't plan to walk out with Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Like, I'm not going to spend more than a multi worth of stones for this banner. Like, 100% not doing that. But I will be smashing that multi-summon button when this banner drops, not gonna lie.
I'm shooting for Tech Great Saiyan.
There you go. There you go, dude. Sometimes you have to have your expectations low.
All types key +1. That's a great leader skill.
There you go. No, but for real, the only reason, so before Goten Sabu came out, I was a hard gonna summon on it, like hard, like because Majin Buu Saga is my favorite category, my favorite saga. So obviously I was gonna, right? And I need Dabura more than anything else in the game right now. I could really give a shit about anything except Dabura. That's all I want, right? But so before I guess I go through all my opinions. Are we just like set in stone that this isn't gonna change?
I don't see it changing, to be honest.
Nothing is set in stone.
I agree.
But I also don't see them changing this banner, either one of these banners.
Like, at most for me, at most for me, I don't see them changing the LRs. Like, maybe they'll swap out the Kaioken Goku, maybe not. I don't see them changing it, but I mean, it's always a possibility. But, yeah. So...
Okay, well, in the case they don't change it, I'm probably gonna do... If they have discounted summons, I might do rotation each. I don't know. We'll see.
Alright, so... Before we move on, excuse me, I didn't mean to cut you off, Alec. I'm just gonna go ahead and just show the chat Vegeta's banner as well, because...
Okay.
Alright, you can go ahead.
Alright, so as far as spending stones on this banner, the idea that there's going to be discount multis does sway me to at least do the discounted multis. I don't know about full price multis, but if this works like most of the Dual Dokkan festivals do, we're gonna get discount multis for at least one full round. So maybe ends up being 100 stones for what ends up being 4 summons, because they're gonna be 3+1. You know,
which is nuts.
And then on top of that, you're gonna be getting probably 3 tickets for whatever banner you summon on. You know,
right?
So. With the free tickets that we've gotten from just logging in and doing our missions, for those of us who actually did that, JMO, that's going to add up to having an extra multi. So for the cost of 3 discounted multis, I could be looking at 5 multis on each banner. I mean, to me, the math is there well enough, and there's enough units on the banner that I can still use, that you might squeak some stones out of me. You might. However, Pilaf's Trove exists, and we've been seeing what they've been doing with Pilaf's Trove, and if there are tickets available for purchase, then I will say, depending on price, I will probably buy Pilaf tickets.
Please God, can they just be the $8 tickets and not the fucking $30 single summon one? I hate that. That's too much. I want the $8 one.
See, the thing is, though, when they do the $8 one, they make it multiple times. So for those of us who buy all of the tickets anyway, we still end up spending the same amount of money.
Yeah, but I feel better only spending 8 at a time.
even though I spend it 4 times.
Alec, I feel better if they do this.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I forgot. Now that he's been highlighted by Out of Context Dokkan, we have to care about his feelings.
Yeah,
that's right.
Guys, he is Out of Context Dokkan, big time streamer. He's up there with the greats.
Yeah.
So,
were you trying to say that we didn't care about his opinion in the first place?
Yeah.
I mean,
he's gonna be leaving us soon. He's gonna go to the JP podcast.
I would seriously make some joke about not caring about any of your guys' opinions, but I brought you all onto a show for your opinions, so I can't talk shit.
That's right. Contradicted yourself, bro.
Alright, so looking at Vegeta's banner, obviously we're going to have the Majin Vegeta, or the Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta rather, and Deborah. This could potentially also feature the other units that you see here. The LR Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, the Agility Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, Transform Vegeta SSBE, the EZA Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, the EZA Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, as well as the rest.
So,
as well as the rest.
Am I the only one that's excited about the Intellect Vegeta? Is it just me?
Oh, is he ever gonna get his freaking EZA? Has he gotten it on JP
yet?
Yeah,
he has it on JP. Yeah, he's fire.
I'm just excited about this unit right here. It's the only unit I'm excited for. Pulled him up right on stream for everyone to see. The Extreme Elites Pride Vegeta, the SR Physical Vegeta. I knew you picked
that one, dude. When you put it and I couldn't see it on stream, I was like, he picked Vegeta, I know.
Alright, so we do this thing when we talk about banners and whether or not you should skip. And we don't always take into account a number of things that should really play into whether or not you should skip. Obviously, your box is going to determine whether or not there's value in this banner. If you have, featured units rainbowed, then obviously you're not going to have the same value in the banner who only has 2 copies of some of the units on the... There's still...
You're cutting out like nobody's business.
Yeah, you're going like ham robotic right now.
I'm sorry.
to kind of recap on what Alex said, it also is just mainly dependent on your box. Like, if you have units rainbowed or not, or if you have maybe just a select few units on the banner that is featured, maybe there's something else that you're looking for. That's basically what he meant. So, like, in my opinion too, to kind of add on to what Alec wasn't able to get out to you guys, the other only thing that I feel would still entice people to summon on banners like this is the fact that they're still releasing new cards on the banners. It's not like they're just giving us an old banner with no new units, you know? So, like, again, it's like, how badly do you want, or how badly do you need the Majin Vegeta or the Goku, you know, for that matter? But it also is a good place for those who still might be moderately pay to play, or like maybe not even so much pay to play, to get dupes for maybe units that you don't have. Like, Vegeta's banner is just as, like, tempting to me as Goku's banner, mainly because I have more of units on Goku's banner rainbowed than I do Vegeta's. So, you know, again, it's just going to come down to preferences, how badly I want one unit from that banner. Like, even though you do have red coins, you do have, you know, the Pilaf Shovi, even though you do have the Baba Shop, it still comes down to your preference based on your box at the end of the day. How badly do you want a specific unit, you know? And
I will say as well
go ahead.
that can we just appreciate the synergy of these banners?
Yeah, the
Like,
banners
you know,
are really
like,
good.
they literally are exactly the same. Like, they
Mhm.
took their counterparts of each other,
Yeah.
and I just think it's cool. It doesn't happen very often where they're usually one banner makes sense and the other band's like, what are you even
Well, it's easy to do when it's Goku and Vegeta. I mean, they're
Yeah.
literally mirrors of each other throughout the entire franchise.
In the words of Death the Kid, perfect symmetry.
Now Super Saiyan 3 Goku just needs his EZA and they'll be
Mhm.
perfect.
Yes.
So the one thing I am going to say about these banners, and hopefully my microphone's not making me all robotic at the moment.
it's not.
No,
Yeah,
you're
you're
good.
fine.
I will probably pull LRSSJ4 Vegeta.
Wow, you just throwing it out there. Aren't you?
Well, I mean, I've pulled the dude 6 times already, so I mean,
my God.
why not?
There you
I
go,
mean-
work on the TUR version.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's no
That's
reason
right.
they have the same name.
I know, but it's for collector
for
purposes.
for the
No.
rolls.
No.
Chase the cloud,
then-
Alec.
Anyway, but
Yeah.
like seriously though, all jokes aside about my luck in banners and whatnot, there's more value for me in the Goku banner than there is in the Vegeta banner, but I will probably go harder on the Vegeta banner if I have to, because I don't have physical transforming Vegeta.
Mm.
I have at least one copy of every unit on the Goku banner except for the 2 new ones.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have. See, I don't have the Int SSB Vegeta, and I don't have the physical transforming Vegeta, so I will probably hit that banner harder if I have to. Hopefully, I won't have to though.
The only thing really tempting me on Vegeta's banner is SSBE, because him without a dupe is just like monk ass
It's
for me.
pretty sad.
Yeah.
I only have one, but it changed everything when I got it. You know, so just to have that little bit more additional and crit, you know.
Yeah. It's so crazy how one dupe like really does help him out.
Yeah, and I think it's weird for him specifically because he already has additional and crits,
Mm-hmm.
but he just needs a little bit more because he feels like you have 2 dupes when you only have 1,
Yeah.
and it's great. Makes you feel better, you know? Like we're talking about that, Alec, how it makes you feel better. Even though it doesn't do anything, it makes you feel better.
Makes you feel better.
I feel like it's better.
You want to care feelings, or you want to care about your feeling. One of the two.
I am a robot. My name is Nick.
Could that just be a thing Trevor does whenever any of us cut out? Like, could that be our warning sign that we're breaking our mics? Alright, so...
Somebody in the chat clip that.
Alright, so overall, guys, that's gonna be the official end discussion on the banners. anything else that will be coming out, next week we'll be doing more of the new events and other free-to-play units that are going to be released in the next upcoming week. So what we're actually going to do now is we're going to take a detour away from Global, and we're going to transition over to JP, where we're going to be talking about...
What was that, Alec? Can you speak up a little bit?
I said sacrilege, but no, keep going.
We're going to be talking about two things in JP. First and foremost is the LR Babidi and Deborah.
Yes!
Because Majin Buu Saga couldn't get more hype, right?
Yes.
No, it's because it's Babidi.
Oh
yes,
yeah, Babidi.
it is ultimately Babidi, chat.
Well,
so
Deborah does the attacks.
to kind of read over just a bit about the unit, he is a Majin Buu Saga category key +3 HP attack and defense by 130% leader. He causes colossal damage to enemy and seals super attack when you have his 12 to 17, and then he causes mega colossal damage to enemy and high chance of stunning the enemy by 50% for 2 turns. His passive is Demonic Control. He gives Ki +3 and Attack and Defense +88%, plus an additional Ki +3 and Attack and Defense +40% when the target enemy is in Attack down or Defense down status, plus an additional Ki +3 and a high chance of performing a critical hit by 50% when the target enemy is stunned or its super attack is sealed. He also gives Majin Power category allies Ki +3 and Attack and Defense +30%. Link skills are Master of Magic, Majin Resurrection Plan, Thirst for Conquest, Brutal Beatdown, Nightmare, Fear and Faith, and Legendary Power. Categories are Majin Buu Saga, Joined Forces, and Terrifying Conquerors. Yeah, so Tystra and Trevor alike have been hyping up for this card.
Yep.
So
I have him, and he's amazing. I mean, he's bugged right now, so his stats aren't great. But when they fix that bug, I don't know if they fixed it already yet. But the last time I used it, he was pretty bad. You couldn't access his hidden potential system, so that was really sad. But I mean, just look at him, dude. He seals, he stuns, he slaps. He's a support. He's a perfect linking partner for the Fizbus Deborah we just talked about. I'm like, let's go, dude. 130 lead. He's better. He's basically just a better physical Deborah. That's all. He's just better.
Just you can
And
use
you
them
can run
both, so it's a
You can
win-win.
use them both. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Tystra, anything you want to add? Maybe your papata. No, I'm kidding.
I was actually gonna say, I've been waiting for this. You know, I have been an advocate for at least Babidi getting something like an SSR or something. Like, I truly think without Babidi, Majin Buu wouldn't have gotten at least, awakened. And I think that's a very big plot point, is that there's a reason why Bibidi and Babidi were big in the plot point. I love fucking plot. That being said, this unit is fantastic. I mean, think of it this way: when this unit comes to global, you've got your best linking partner for Deborah.
Yeah,
which is already fantastic. You just need them on one rotation. You don't need to go any more extreme units. Those two, boom, you're done. And then that makes your Majin Buu category that much better. Is it like the top tier of the top tier? No, but at least we're gonna have some fun with this. And again, it's Babidi.
I mean, dude, slap some additionals on him. Oh wait, JK, he's agile. You don't even need a dupe.
True.
Slap some additionals on him. He'll stun and seal, and then he buffs himself from said stunning and/or sealing. I'm like, bruh. Also, it's interesting that he's a Majin Power category ally, like support, but like he's not in the category.
Yeah, that is a little weird. That is a little
It's so
weird.
funny. Great. It's great.
But that ties in obviously to Majin Buu Saga.
Yeah.
You're gonna get.
Well, yeah. Well, they have to have him that, or it's weird.
Yeah.
Like, because then how are you gonna run him? you know, like it's gonna be weird.
Dabara.
Also, his ultra attack's called Babbidy's Terrifying Magic, and then Bobbity just sits there and lets Dabura spit on them, and then he throws their spear in the chest and breaks them. Bobby didn't do anything. That stuff has anything to do with his attack. Nothing.
I don't care about it.
He's there for emotional support.
Hashtag Bobbity made me do it.
Exactly.
Dude, that's the whole...
exactly why
Yes.
Bobbity is great. Bobbity makes you do stuff.
Hashtag Bobbity for 2024.
Oh, dude, I'd vote him for president any day.
Let's just not.
Dabura would be his vice president. There you go. Done.
All right.
And then Boo's like the Secretary of Treasury or something.
I literally have not read anything about this character, and I've been having internet issues, so I didn't hear you guys really talk about him. I'm going to withhold myself from the conversation about this character until he comes to global.
Wow, you're gonna wait 6 months? Damn.
Yeah,
That's a lot of planning.
He's
A lot
a
of
pure.
decision making.
like no, seriously, guys. Like I am zero hype for anything that comes out on JP because it is 6 months away from global.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's nothing against JP. It's nothing against the unit. I mean, the unit sounds like it's really good. It's just I don't want to sit here and start drooling over something like, you know, that could be a lot of fun to use that I'm still 6 months out from even being able to use.
Right.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. All right, and last but not least, we have one more thing to discuss. It is the explosive chain battle,
Explosive change.
in which I know nothing about. So.
Okay, Trevor's time. Yeah.
I was gonna say this is all gonna be Trevor because
Trevor's
the
a
other,
JP main now.
Yep.
Trevor's too good for global.
Traitor.
Yeah. Okay, so I just got enough units to do this the other day on my JP. So I'm still not super great at it, but the idea of it's kind of cool. Like, so basically it's like Ultimate Clash, right? Like the menu. And you click your Lind support units and you choose your super and extreme, right? The super units you choose should hopefully be good linking partners, right? Because that's the whole thing. The whole thing is however they link well with each other. How much synergy they have with their type. And this can be cross, right? When you get into the fight, how good the super links with the extreme, if you choose to do that, is up to you. Because it's kind of like, so you have your one unit, right? Who's going to slap. So we'll just use me for example, because this is what I have. I have LR Goku, he was my slap unit, right? And so my team would be people who pair well with Goku, right? So I'd have God Vegeta, other people with over in a Flash, Super Saiyan, stuff like that. I try to make that my team, right? But you have to use your friend's team. So whatever your friends have decided to be the team, and then you use your connector to put it all together. So like, I have my Goku, and then say Alec had a team that he made. He put up his support units. So I can either use his super units or his extreme, whatever, but I have to use the whole team. I don't get to pick and choose. So, so I pick Alec's super, I pick Tystra's extreme, and I put my two connectors, whichever give me the most, because you have 2 bars, right? And you want to fill up the super bar as high as possible, and that's your link synergy, and then your red bar is your extreme synergy, the max you can get, right? And that's all in the pregame before you even get into the event, right? So you pick your dudes, you pick your linking partners, everything is cool. You're like, all right, cool, let's get into it. You start the fight. This event's against Broly, this first one. So obviously units that fight Broly have a bigger attack boost, like the Broly movie, Gohan, Goten, and Goku, the Kamehameha units. They have a buff for this event, and basically those similar units like that. Also Majin Buu Saga category, and I think Goku's family. Anyway, so you get into the event, and it kind of just auto does stuff for you, the fight and stuff. So Broly does his attack on you, and then your attack comes, and it will randomly pick 10, I think 10 or 8 or 10 of your people that you chose, so super and extreme. And you have a limited time, so the faster you do it, the more points you get. And you have to choose 3 of those units to pair with the attack unit. So, and it's random. So it could be you could have 3 super dope extreme units, or you have 3 super dope super units, or you're fucked and you have to pick extreme or super, but you have to make that decision really, really fast. Or because the longer you take, the lower the boost is going to be. So you pick your 3 dudes, they go in with your, when they do their little fucking yeah, you know, and then Goku comes in, he does his Dragon Fist, and then does for like, you know, 80 million damage, and slaps Broly in the mouth, and then you're done. That's it. And the goal is to get as much damage as you can in that one hit. And there's a tier system, so like, you know, you get rewards based on your tier. So the bottom tier is like 80%, and then up from that. But then you get, that's how you get, and then you get the whole thing is you get points, like these little key things, and you use them to open chests, and the chests have really good equipment in them. So like the first time I did it, open a chest, I got a level 5 additional for strength unit. And I was like, oh, let's go, dude. So, yeah. Any questions?
So many.
I'm baffled. I don't know what to say.
It's kind of, dude, really honestly, until you played, it's kind of overwhelming to think about. But when you get into it, it's really straightforward. And like, you'll notice like units that have a buff will be shiny blue. Units that are the preferred unit to use, they'll have blue and red buff, you know, shiny to them. So it kind of like tells you, hey, this team's going to be really good against this event, so you should use them, right? But then you have to also be good at the game and know who links well with each other. You know,
Right.
it's fun. It's kind of fun. You get a limited amount. It doesn't cost any stamina or anything. You get like 8 times to go or 5 times to go, and then it resets. You
Okay.
gotta wait for it to reset. But yeah,
Got you. So,
honestly, yeah, this is a good few months from now, so you guys don't have
So-
anything to worry about.
So I got a question then. What's
Yeah.
What the? What are you doing?
this is me watching Trevor explain this.
I'm SpongeBob.
I'm like so confused. I was like, wait a minute, why did my screen turn into SpongeBob? My question is, I see that they have this new little item that you get. What is that used for?
The item that you get from the reward?
Is that for the chest?
That's the chest, yeah.
How many of
So
those
you
do
use-
you need to open a chest?
I think it's 100.
Oh wow! So if you get
but
top,
they give- but they give you a lot.
so to get like if you get top 1%, you get 5,000 of those, which means you get to open 50 freaking chests.
Like, okay, so I obviously sucked, right? Because I obviously couldn't read shit, but I tried. I don't have a lot of units, so I didn't have a whole lot of choices. But I got the lowest tier, and I got to open 5 chests.
Mm-hmm.
So
That doesn't seem
It was
too bad.
that was,
And
yeah.
it-
I mean,
and-
that
and
that was fine, and I'm garbage. Like my, you know, I barely had, as I said, I barely had enough units to even do the event, and still got 5 chests.
So another question is, like, in those treasure chests, do you only get equipment, or is there other stuff you can get too?
I thought it was just equipment, but I don't know. It's in Japanese, so I can't read it.
Well, I mean, you're a JP man.
That's true. Alec, you're a robot. I don't know how many times I gotta tell you.
I also pulled up the missions and stuff, so you get to see like your daily missions here, how many times you have to join them, what you get out of them, and then obviously select your first supporters. You have your chain battles, how many times you complete them, and then all the way down until where you can do 10 or 100 million damage in one battle, in which you will be granted Elder Kai's, a Dragonstone, and 600 of the your jewels, basically.
Yeah.
So the question is, how much damage did you do?
Max I got was 47 million.
47 mil?
Yeah,
Oh, well.
and it didn't. And I was in the bottom tier.
Hmm.
So
Well, I guess you suck then.
Yeah, apparently. But I'm
Yeah.
just saying, I even with that shittiness and the terribleness that I still got to open 5 chests
Yeah, that's pretty good.
and
man.
still got 2. I got 2 gold equipments, but only one was level 5.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not super familiar with the equipments yet either. But I got some, so. Oh, you can also after you use somebody's team, you can like thumbs up them to let you know if you like their team or not, and then they will receive, like 50 little points.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
cool too. Then.
Yeah, so you can be like, hey man, I like your team. Here's some points. Or you can not
Gotcha.
do that and not give them points, like an asshole. Whatever you want.
All right, well, fair enough. There's nothing I can add to that. In all honesty, like I'm still rather confused. Like I said, the SpongeBob video is literally me listening to you explain that. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm in awe.
again,
I'm in awe
when
by it. Like it sounds fun. It does. Like I'm already skeptical about the amount of damage necessarily. Like I guess because my JP is like dog shit, but
It's honestly like after you see it, it'll all make sense when you see it. Like it
Yeah.
tells you what category is the boost. It tells you what the preferred units are, like in an event. Like in a Goken event, it
Of
goes, hey,
course.
you should use people with this key link. So it tells you that, and so you want to
Okay.
so make your team those people. And then
Gotcha.
everyone else is not idiots, so they'll also put those units as their team, and if they don't use them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, to
But,
be fair,
To be fair.
to be fair,
It's a mode that requires you to read. Or to know
No?
or to know more of your
Yeah.
units.
I mean, honestly, if you were a complete idiot, you didn't know how to play, just click the ones that are blue. They'll have blue little like sparklies around them. Those are the ones you need to use. So just make your team like they don't have to be in a team, like in
Right.
a category. They could all be random as shit. Like I was using like movie hero trunks with like I don't know, I can't even think of the other person, but I threw them on there, even though they
Hmm.
didn't fit the same category.
Right.
But they link pretty okay, and they were both hybrid Saiyans or whatever, which is another weakness for Broly. But each event has its own thing, and Broly was this event, so
Okay.
no telling what the next one's gonna be. Could be Goku Black or something. You have to use Realm of God and then friends or whatever.
Right. Alright, well. I guess it's gonna be the end of that discussion then. Unless anyone else has anything to add. Alec, maybe something?
Alex, like, what is this, JP? I'm done.
Am I a robot?
No.
No.
Okay. It just took closing literally everything else on my computer. It looks like it's gonna be fun. I'm always interested in new modes, but again, it's not for another 6 months, so I'm not gonna dig too deep into it until.
Of course.
It looks like they're trying to branch off away from the typical gameplay, so it kind of in that sense reminds me of Battlefield 1.0, where it's just something completely off the wall different. Let's just hope that this lasts on JP for more than 6 months and doesn't get completely scrapped before it ever makes its way to global.
Mhm.
Yeah. Honestly, I will say it's pretty passive. Like the gameplay, all you have to do is click your 3 units. That's it. After the event starts,
Mhm.
You're
just click
looking
your 3
at-
units.
you just
But
get to
if-
look
if-
pretty animated.
Yeah, you just get to see him attack. Yeah, that's it.
Alright, so we're gonna go to a quick chat discussion as well, since that is pretty much everything that we have set to talk about on this podcast. Obviously, with Global being as dry as it has been, unfortunately, there wasn't much to cover, so we decided to slip a couple of things from JP in there, as well as talking about the upcoming banners and stuff. So our chat discussion topic of today is the fact that there's just nothing new on Global. And also stuff for Goku Day. Apparently Global has gotten Goku Day first. So
Well, we're not getting anything new for like or anything.
so you
First.
lied to me.
No.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
But like,
Why?
so last year for Goku Day we got Gobros, which was a global first LR.
Mhm.
This year it doesn't appear that we're going to get anything global exclusive, global first.
Right.
I mean, so big deal? Is it a big deal that we're not getting anything new for Goku Day? I mean, I personally don't feel like it's a big deal.
I don't either, to be honest.
I do. You know, I do. Maybe not global first, but I mean, fucking something, dude. Like, it has been, like, okay, this is where we're at. The global side is literally had to download JP. That's where we're at.
You cut out through half
know?
that sentence. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Cut
Okay,
out through
so
half that
yeah, but
sentence.
basically what I said is the game is so dry, I had to download JP.
Right.
Like that's where we're at. And so for us to not get anything still, it's just ridiculous. Like they don't give a shit about us right now. They don't actually care. They're like, okay, whatever. You'll get stuff in 6 months. Deal with it.
Bear in mind too that JP was dry at this time too.
But when all the stuff came to G back to back, it maybe in a different order, a slightly different order. But JP goes through its spell right about the time that the download celebration ends. Like they're pretty dry through the end of the year, and then they start bring up like right around Christmas and hot for a while.
You're breaking up again. Yeah, you are.
Yeah. No, go on, continue. I like it a little bit, you know.
We got.
Anyway,
I
basically, Global is dry from the beginning of the year, like basically January, until about early to mid-May. And then from May until the download celebration, we're firing on all cylinders. And then we get a little bit of a break at the end of the download celebration for like a few weeks before we kick into Thanksgiving stuff and then Christmas's stuff and then the New Year banner. Global may be dead. It's literally only dead for like 3 months out of the year. And it's a crappy 3 months. But the game is not nearly as dead as most people make it seem to be, because like starting basically from Dual Dokkan Fest until the end of August, like, if I spend my stuff on that, there's stuff to view in it that's not global for the next few years.
Yep.
I was a robot. Yeah.
What made me laugh the most about that is that when you did try to say global, it sounded like global, and then you also did a high pitched screech in the middle of that.
Must be my internal monologue about all my tech problems.
Honestly, what got me is that Trevor just said yes at the end of everything.
But no, like that's the thing that I've also told people too, is that usually we're gonna be dry for a long period of time, and I've had to tell people that, you know, they come into the game around the anniversary and they're like, oh yeah, this is great, you know, they're firing on all cylinders too. And you know, I can't say anything because I've done it before with Legends, where they had a big celebration and I was active every single day doing stuff. But then once the celebration's over, it's gonna die down and it's gonna be slow. And that's the thing, is like, that's your time to catch up. Like, think.
Oh, never mind. No, go on.
For example, for me, like, you know, there's gonna be all these units coming out for 5th year. I'm gonna be spending a couple thousand stones on 5th year, by far. And then who knows, if, like, we're probably going to get the download special right after that, and I'm going to put another couple thousand stones into that, because God knows I have a problem. And the crappy thing about it is that I'm not going to have the Kais, the training items, the orbs, the everything to do it. And those little couple months at a time where we don't, or a couple weeks where we don't have anything to do, is my time to catch up. And be like, okay, I got these units, we're good to go. Let's get the orbs, let's get them ready to go, so I can start doing features and all that other stuff. So, yes, Global's dead right now, but this is the time for you guys that are having that time to not go to JP and become, you know, our most hated enemy, quote unquote, Trevor. No, just kidding. Just kidding, JP mains. But this is the time if you're a global main and you're wanting to get your units up to speed, you're wanting to get ready for these events that are going to be coming out, you want to get like certain things ready to go, this is the time to do it. Look at your story missions, look what they're doing, you know, look what stuff you could farm up. Do your orbs every day, you know, do whatever you gotta do to get yourself ready for when 5th year gets you.
Mm-hmm.
Because when 5th year comes, it's coming, and you ain't gonna stop it.
Not.
What the heck?
So,
No, I agree. I agree. It actually just reminded me of things that I still have to do, because I stopped doing, like, potential orb dailies, like, for the last month and a half, 2 months.
yeah, I've
should
been
really do that.
skipping on those too, to be honest. And I need to get back on track for those because there's gonna be so much stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
you know, for me also, I'm right now, even as we speak and as we're doing the podcast, I'm grinding puddings, freaking
Right.
puddings. Like, I need puddings.
Yeah.
Alright, so I guess that kind of took away the chat discussion topic. So before we fully close out, we're gonna try to keep the stream open for about maybe another 20 minutes, 30 minutes at most. We're gonna do a Discord question or live chat question Q&A. So if anyone has anything that they'd like to ask anybody in the chat, please do it now or forever hold your peace. If there's anything that you want to ask any of the panelists, myself, Trevor, Alec, or Tystra, feel free to do so. If there's questions that you want to ask about Dokkan or any personal questions, as long as it's not too personal, we're free to answer anything that you guys have. So we'll let that go on for a bit. So
Question for my fellow panelists: what do you think of me changing from God Goku to God Vegeta?
You boo.
Nah, I'm gonna stay God Goku.
Ass, who are you going for? Gogeta or Vegito first?
neither.
I'll probably go for Vegito first, but I will most likely go until I have at least one copy of each.
I'm about the same.
Well, no? Is that an answer?
That is absolutely an answer, seeing as you're planning on skipping the 5-year.
I mean, even
Yeah.
though it's the wrong answer.
I don't know, dude. Like, besides those two, I have every other unit on the banner except for Zamasu.
Mm-hmm.
So, worth? No. I mean, I don't have LR Gogeta, the Fizz one, and I actually wouldn't hate them for Other World Warriors category, but I don't know, dude. Like, you know me, I've said it a million times. I'm not hyped for it. Honestly, I'm more hyped for Rose and Broly than I am for them, but I'm still not very hyped for them to begin with. So yeah, I mean, I'm hard skipping till Gotenks and Boo. So I'm just thankful for all the stones I'm about to get, dude. I'm gonna get so much stones. Oh my god, it's gonna be great.
Alright.
Your opinion, who's better than the two? Neither. I don't think there's any unit necessarily better than either of those two personally. At least not at the moment in terms of LRs,
mean,
but
Unless
they
he's
both
asking
do
who's
both
the
the
better
same
between
thing.
the two.
between the two,
They-
Vegito.
They both
and-
a stack in defense, and doesn't Gogeta evade and Vegeta counter like all the other Vegeta and Gogetas do, right?
I don't know.
I mean, I haven't
We're
really
not on
kept up with
global
what
yet, I
they
haven't
do.
paid attention.
Yeah, I haven't really cared, honestly. I just know they turn Super Saiyan Blue. I know they stack attack and defense, and I know they're OP. That's all I know. Other than that, they're the same.
I'm of the category of picking Vegito. I mostly because I like him. I think better. Not that I could ever actually tell the two apart, right, guys?
Yeah, good job, by the way.
So, but yeah, the tech one. That's what we'll say.
Yeah.
I like.
Honestly,
the tech
I'm leaning towards Tech Vegito as well because I really honestly, and this might be unpopular opinion, so fuck you, but I really like the STR base form Gogeta that we have now, the free to play. I really think he's really good. He's underestimated. Like, you put him with Goku and Vegeta on the team, and he's really good. I mean, he slaps. He's a really good free to play. He stacks attack. I don't want to replace him. To be honest with you.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you're making a mixed team, it's fine. But if you put him on fusions, he doesn't get that Goku and Vegeta buff.
Well, yeah, I'm not putting him on feud. I'm putting on movie heroes. Yeah.
I mean, so, but like for fusions, this new Vegeta will definitely be better.
Yeah.
Patara.
Whatever it is, I don't care. What do y'all think of the special pose category? It's on JP and I haven't looked at it yet.
It's dumb and it's stupid.
It's dumb and it's stupid. Exactly. High fives.
Yep.
I guess it's a Great Saiyaman category. Cool. Why isn't Great Saiyaman a lead for that then? The Gotenks is the lead? That's who you choose? Gotenks.
They should have just gave Gotenks the Majin Buu Saga lead. Or they should have gave the Majin Buu Saga lead.
Yeah,
Like-
why make Majin Power? Like, that
ma-
is the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Well, the reason why they did the Majin Power was because they needed like more like race categories. Because you have the Namekians, you're getting Earthlings, you got the Saiyans, and now you got Majin Power because this is Xenoverse and it ain't Dokkan Battle. But yeah, I'm not saying I agree with it. You know, it's whatever. My whole take on this is that this, at least the special pose category out of the two, was unneeded.
Definitely.
I don't think it was needed. They should have put more of a new 170 key +4 Majin Buu Saga lead, and they didn't do it. So now I'm upset and I'm crying.
Yeah. I mean, we just think about Gotenks as the lead for that category. He's the only lead for that category, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's his team?
Him, Great Saiyaman, and Guinea Force.
Yeah, but I mean, like, none of those units link well at
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like-
it's
all. At all.
it's another one of those situations where, yeah, you've introduced a category.
It wasn't needed.
It really was unnecessary. I mean,
Yeah.
like I'm sitting here looking through it now. It goes to that conversation that we had. What was it, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, about how so many categories are just stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like there are categories that came out when the category system first introduced that could use some love and attention, but no, let's get ourselves up to over 50 freaking categories, and when only a third of them are worth half a damn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Trevor
a
died.
little angry about it.
No, and that's where I tell people all the time, like, I am an advocate for those old categories. Like, how many times during a podcast have I brought up that World Tournament is still a category and has really no lead?
Exactly.
Like,
Mhm.
Love
it makes-
Clover.
But we have a special pose category. Really, Dokkan? Come on, guys. I want to run a World Tournament team, but I want a good lead for it. You know, so I don't know. They are showing love to old categories, I guess, in the sense they're bringing like low-class warriors back from the grave. They brought Namekians in a way. They brought Namekians back. You know, we have categories that we can use for funsies and see what we can do with those. But World Tournament is still, you know, useless and all that, and we need to bring some use to that category.
I agree.
All right, moving on to our next question. What is your opinion on Beerus and Goku back? As in, what is your opinion?
Wait, what now?
Wait, what was the question?
Yeah, what's the question?
Beerus and Goku Black.
Mhm.
As-
What are your opinions on them being part 2 of this celebration? I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's not
Chris-
gonna happen. You're kind of
Alec?
cutting it out.
Alec? No, he wasn't cutting out. He like completely cut out. Like there was nothing for me.
I don't know if I understand the question.
They're basically saying for part 2 of the Goku Day celebration, are we gonna get a Beerus and Goku Black? No, we're not gonna get.
Oh,
They're not gonna give us 2 global exclusives. Beerus, like Alex said, Beerus is probably gonna come in June, which is a sad boy, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, it is what
yeah.
it is.
Wait, you're talking about the new Beerus and the new Rosé?
Or are you talking about
Levi?
brand new units?
Like, what are you talking about?
Trevor's about to get like angry. Like, what are you doing? Oh, Goku Black Rose is overpowered as fuck, and I love it. Beerus is okay in my opinion.
Did you reset it?
What's up? I'm so
Am I
confused.
still a robot?
No. At
There
least
you
not
go.
for now.
Welcome back, love. How you doing?
Let's see if we can actually make this happen and get to some more questions.
Um,
All right. So yeah, I think Beerus is coming in June. I don't think there's really a part 2 of this, is there? I mean,
No, there's no part
we've
2.
gotten the events
No.
out of order. We got a bunch of the story events that were tied to this Dokkan Fest on JP. They came in like this week, and they're extended out. I mean, it's kind of weird how they did it this time around. But yeah, I don't.
You're roboting out again.
I think Levi was asking if what we thought for part 2 of Year 5, which was Beerus and
well, no, part
Whis.
2 of Year 5 is not Beerus and Whis. Part 2 of Year 5 is Goku Black and Broly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought they were included because they were still part of Realm of Gods or whatever.
No. He's talking about the physical Beerus and then the LR Goku Black Rose.
Those aren't even on the same banners. Like,
But either way, since they are content that's coming to global later, we will cover those units and our reactions to them when we get to them on global.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can catch up to where we were.
The only thing that I really gotta say is
With all the Battlefield LR units that are available, which should you prioritize first? Honestly, with as much as I've used the ones that I've bought, physical Ginyu Force.
what?
Yep.
I mean,
Physical-
Okay. Okay.
Physical
Alex,
Ginyu
that was the
Force.
Conversation.
No, seriously, just hear me out. I don't use any of the other ones. I have them. I never use them. Ginyu Force actually has purpose in the fact that it makes the Ginyu Force Super Battle Road easier. So if you haven't beaten the Ginyu Force Super Battle Road and you still have the physical Ginyu in the battle shop, that should be your priority in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
um,
Hard pass. Set the best in the available right now for overall use. Metal Cooler.
I
He's an
actually
extreme
agree
lead.
Never use him.
Links really well with any category you put him on. He's got additionals. He raises allies' attack on Ultra or something like that. Something like that. I don't know what he does. Maybe it's on Super. I don't remember. But I know that he's really good. And he's definitely the best of the... I use him all the time. Like, all the time. Like, I like the best right now on Global would be King Cold Mega Frieza, obviously. But you're only going to use him on the one team. So...
I was gonna say, like, Battlefield is very, very gracious towards Wicked Bloodlines, and for me, like, I'm reflective towards Trevor. I use Metal Cooler a lot, and he's honestly, like, I wouldn't say he's a saving grace, but he's one of those guys that you have on the team, and he's reliable. You know what he's gonna do. You know what he can bring to the table, and you don't have to go through like hoops and all that to get him going. That being said, also, even though I don't have him, or have them in this case, you have the King Cold, Mecha Frieza, which are both both. They're a fantastic unit, you know.
Yep.
Personally, for me, I would prioritize the Metal Cooler over the Mecha Frieza King Cold. But if you've already got your Metal Cooler, definitely save your Battlefield memory for the Mecha Frieza King Cold.
Yep.
Ping pong, all your opinions are wrong. Obviously you want Oob. Come on now.
No.
I'm kidding.
Okay, I'll be advocate for that because I think he's a really slept on unit.
I agree.
And
He is slept
can
on.
Be really good. He can be really good.
You only like that because he's the reincarnation of Kid Buu.
Ty, don't tell him. my reasons.
Personal opinion, I mean, I would have to go with Metacooler as well. I mean, out of most of the teams that I've been running as of late have been revolving around Frieza's, like, and Cooler's armies. and I always find myself finding a way to throw LR Metacooler on a team. So I would suggest going for Metacooler first, and then maybe prioritizing Ginyu, or then prioritizing like King Cold and Frieza, but yeah.
Now, what you could do instead of all of those options is just get Angel Goku and Majin Vegeta. Done.
True.
Raise their super attacks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, honestly,
Yeah.
they're really good, they're decent units by themselves. I mean, they're the best free-to-play leads for what they have. So, I mean, definitely worth. Especially if you're a free-to-play player, definitely worth.
Alright, so next question from Greninja Plays. Do you guys think they should add Gogetas and Vegetos to Pure Saiyans? Absolutely not.
No.
That's an
I don't
easy
think-
pass. That's an easy
No, dude.
pass.
I mean, you can logic that as it's two Pure Saiyans fused together, so it should be a Pure Saiyan. But Pure Saiyans doesn't need that love. It doesn't.
On a
If you end up shoving all of those types of characters onto the same unit, you're gonna have the problem we've been complaining about with like worthy rivals basically just being Vegeta's Family 2.0. You're gonna shove everything onto Pure Saiyans, and it's gonna be like, okay, so why play anything but a Saiyan character?
Yep.
not only that, but on a technical standpoint, if you mix two pure breeds, that doesn't make it more pure.
Sure.
That actually makes it less pure. So on a technicality, they would not be pure Saiyans. The reason why Gotenks is a hybrid Saiyan is because you're putting two hybrid Saiyans together who are not pure to make another hybrid Saiyan. It's still a hybrid.
I got a better explanation.
Okay.
Because the developer said so.
Oh my god, stop. I'm just trying to be
Technical.
technical.
Well, technically, it was designed that way by the developers for game balance.
Oh my freaking god.
Look at he split your opinion and shit. Wait, what? I'm kidding.
You're gonna make me rage so much, Alec, I swear to god.
Alright.
I mean, if we're talking strictly on a technical level, then the technical basis of the game needed to
Oh
be
my
adjusted in a way.
god. I'm talking about the storyline, and yes, I already know what you're gonna say. Shut up, Mr. Roboto.
Yeah, you gotta remember he's a robot, so.
Alright.
I only work in logic.
It's the
Alright.
only word
I wish you would have cut out right there. That'd been great.
PH wants to know, how did you all feel about LR Golden or not getting LR Golden Frieza like everyone expected before we got Vegeta and Nappa and Golden Week Duo Dokkan Fest? Honestly, fuck Frieza.
Honestly, I wouldn't go so far as saying F anybody, but honestly, the people who were hyping up Golden Frieza had zero actual information. This is probably the thing I hate the most about the Dokkan community, is one person will say one thing with very little to no evidence, and that just becomes the assumed thing that's gonna happen. Nobody on YouTube, nobody on Twitch knows what's coming in Dokkan until Bandai or Akatsuki releases information on it. There are data miners, but they can only get us so far. They don't know what's coming next until it hits the data downloads, until those things are unlocked in the game.
And that's from an actual standpoint. I only said fuck Frieza because I hate Frieza. Granted, the Frieza saga is my favorite saga in all of Dragon Ball Z. I just don't like Frieza. But, no, pretty much Alec hit the nail on the head there with that. I mean, honestly, if we, in the near future, if we ever get, like, an LR Kid Buu, if we ever get an LR Golden Frieza, or whatever other units could potentially, get an LR, it's still gonna take away from, in my opinion, the other units out there who still don't have any love at all. This is kind of why, like, Trevor and Taisha were so hyped about seeing Babidi on a card that's actually useful. Just give us Garlic Jr. Like, stop stalling it, Dokkan. Just give us fucking Garlic Jr. I'd rather that than another Golden Frieza, in my own
Give
opinion.
us what we want.
Yeah.
Garlic Jr. representation.
Like, give us a free-to-play Spice Boys or something. I'd be more happy with that before getting an LR Golden Frieza.
If they actually give us a Join Forces Spice Boys card, I'm gonna play If You Want to Be My Lover every time that card comes up. I hate that song, but I think it represents them just fine. But no, like I'm in the same boat as Alec when it comes to the Dokkan community. There have been so many times when I have somebody who's so like, this is what's gonna happen. This is what we're getting. Yes, we're gonna get this, and I'm like, where's your basis? Where's your proof? And they don't have any proof. They're like, it's all written on the walls. It's like, no, that's not how this works. You know, like how many times have we been waiting for like certain units that we thought were gonna come, but they didn't come.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't go off of somebody's prediction. That's why it's a prediction. You're predicting, but that doesn't mean that it's correct.
Right. And it's okay to ask for predictions too, just you have to make sure that you're not taking it literal, you know?
Yeah. There is nothing wrong with speculation. There is something wrong with going off of and saying that speculation is correct without any basis.
So what was it, like a month ago we did an episode where we said the next thing coming was, I don't even remember what it was, but we said the next thing coming was X, because that is how it worked in JP, that made logical sense, but then they switched it on us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember
it was just after Future Gohan. It was they dropped an LR when we thought we were going to get a dual Dokkan or when we thought we were going to get Dokkan Fest. They dropped an LR in its place instead. They changed the order of that LR that came out. What was it? With Cooler, because it went Gohan and then the LR that came out after Cooler on JP, and then Cooler came out. So yeah, we got that messed up, and then the other thing that we messed up on was when we predicted that Super Vegito's EZA was coming. We were a week early on that because we didn't know they were just going to slap an extra week of nothing in the middle of that celebration.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So even those of us who work off of the data, that work off of the information that's available to us, we can still be wrong because we don't know.
Right. Do we even have a good PyCon? Greninja asks.
No. I mean, that's pretty apparent because he's not canon. Dude. No, they should, in my opinion, they should give love to PyCon. While yes, he's non-canon.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was saying before. Like, why did they give Goku Super Saiyan 2 from Majin Buu Saga the Other World Warriors category when they had PyCon, who, like, in the anime, and I'm not talking the manga because I know he's not there.
Right.
In between Dragon Ball Z, Cell Saga, the ending going to the Majin Buu Saga, you know, he went to the other world and he met PyCon, and PyCon was the shit. He was the dude. You didn't beat him. Thunder Flash attack. You done. You know? Like, he was the end-all be-all. He was more powerful than Cell, you know, and that was a given. You know, you saw him, you know, just bitch slap Cell, and Cell fell over. So I truly think they should have gave him Other World Warriors. I think he does need a little bit of love, just like how Babidi needed love. Same concept.
I agree.
Otherworld Warrior shouldn't be a category because the entire Otherworld Warrior saga was not canon. Don't at me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to be fair, if we're going off of that, should Shadow Dragons or anything like that have their own category because they're not canon?
Yes, because they're still technically canon because all of that takes place after after the end of Z, which Super takes place in the gap between like the second to last episode of Z and the last episode of Z. So technically, yes, it still falls in the timeline. Why they don't use God and all that stuff in GT, don't ask me. I'm not the writers.
GT has been confirmed not canon, so...
Well, whatever. I still haven't seen it. I don't care. I really don't care about what's canon and what's not. I just like to say PyCon's not canon because it gets under Trevor's skin, but he's muted right now, so that does us no good.
True.
Oh, I love you, Alec.
Alright, so...
I really don't care. But who confirmed GT's not canon? As far as I'm aware, it still falls in the timeline.
Akira Toriyama confirmed that GT is not canon.
When?
Like a long-ass time ago.
Yeah, like... I'm kidding.
Hello.
Yeah, like...
No, so if that's the case, this long-ass time ago, the debate still exists today, therefore it's technically not put to rest because no one has actually cited the source where he said it.
But it was cited by, like, the actual, like, Akira Toriyama, so you're wrong.
All right, find me a link to it, dude.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, perfectly fine.
Hi.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good.
Welcome
How are
back.
you?
What? I was never gone. Wow. That's me the whole time.
All right. So, given that I haven't seen any more questions, we are probably going to start wrapping up the podcast today. If there's any last minute questions, guys, feel free to ask. It could be anything. Doesn't have to necessarily be about Dokkan. If you guys have anything else you want to add before anything, if not, we will go ahead and just start doing our closing segment here on the podcast. But I will take the time to also bring this up now. I kind of had this screen up for a little while, so I'm going to go ahead and remove it. If you guys are not already subscribed to the Global Gang Podcast YouTube archive page, feel free to go ahead and join in on that as well. You can get access to the Global Gang Podcast if you use !GGP in the chat, where you'll be able to get access to pretty much all of our Twitch accounts. There is a section for the podcast. There is also a section for merchandise that Trevor has set up for not only himself, but for all the members in the podcast. So Trevor, big shout out to you, man, for doing that. I kind of want to make this like an ongoing end segment that we can do, where we just show this off like endlessly and just continue to give our thanks to you for doing this, because it's absolutely amazing. If you guys want any of the merchandise, go check out Trevor as well. He has shirts for not only himself, but he has shirts for us. There's the Global Gang Podcast Discord, logo, for coffee mugs. You have mouse pads, shirts. Here is a Tystra shirt if you want his character that we portray on streams as well. And yeah, there's one for all of us. There's mine right here. If you guys are interested in shirts for me, you guys can go pick those up in Trevor's Stream Element shop. So Trevor, again, big thank you as well.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
And here you also have Alex and Trevor's right on top, so there you guys go.
I will say, like, even though I have mine, I will say Alex is the best one.
I disagree.
I just love I love the color scheme with the pose for Cumber. I dig it.
I'm kidding. Obviously,
I've
mine's
actually
the
had
best. Like,
several
let's be
people tell
honest.
me-
I'm kidding.
I've actually had several people tell me they like the colors of the background on mine the most.
Exactly.
No, it looks really good with Cumber. I agree.
It really does. I'm sitting here wearing it now. I pretty much saved this shirt to wear during the podcast. I'm a dork. Not that any of you can see me, but yeah, I mean, and I was surprised at how breathable the fabric is and how comfortable the shirts were.
Dude,
I was
the
expecting
shirts
them
are
to be
so
so
comfy.
crappy,
Oh, they're nice.
but they're really nice shirts.
They really are.
Yeah.
So there you guys have it.
So-
Pick up your merch if you haven't already. No, obviously, we're not going to force you to do that. But if you guys are interested, in the shop, there you guys have it. There is merchandise for you guys.
So.
And also, just another reminder, if you guys do subscribe over to the Global Gang Podcast archive, be sure to hit that notification bell as well. If you have not seen it, this way you can get alerts the following day, because every episode goes live literally at 12 noon, or at least it'll be noon the next day whenever we do these podcasts. So, that being said, I think that's going to wrap up the podcast.
I got one more thing I want to throw out there that's not in the show notes.
Sure, go ahead.
I just want to give a quick shout out to Dr. Nemor on our Discord. He has an entire section we gave him called Dokkan News. He just showed up one day, started posting news articles and, like news breakdowns of what's going on in Global and JP. No one asked him to. He just started doing it, and I gave him his own role, gave him his own channel. So just shout out to him, because he's always posting in there. He's always updating what's going on, what's new, what's not coming. Like today he posted, Battlefield ends in less than 24 hours. Celebration information's right around the corner. I know it's been kind of dead lately, so hopefully they can deliver. He has his own little points and his own little humor that he sticks in there, but
Oh yeah.
there have been several times that he's talked about Global being dead over the last few weeks. So, but he does a really great job. He takes the time, he formats things, he puts in screenshots. He has not appeared on the podcast. I'm not sure if he's a content creator. I am told that he has a different name on Twitch. But this was just kind of me wanting to recognize someone in our community who's just doing something because they want to do it, not because
Yeah.
anybody asked them to do it.
Mm-hmm. So again, big shout outs to Nemer for that as well. Thank you for helping us
Mad
continue
props.
to do what we do, man. Honestly.
Nemer.
Hey.
Nemer.
Hey.
Dr. Nemer.
But yeah, I got some. Do we have any current events going on that you want to talk about, guys? Current upcoming things?
Not really, honestly. Same thing for, as I tell everybody, I usually just do my weekly Monday, Wednesday, Friday streams. Unless something is different, I will let you guys know. So, actually, you know what? That being said, if you guys are not part of my own Discord and you want to be part of my Discord, there's my Discord, my own personal YouTube and Twitter pages for those who want to, get in on any of that action. I don't really use YouTube or Twitter, so that's totally up to you guys. If you want to sub or follow me over there, I don't really care. But I'm mainly active, or barely active, in my own Discord. I try to be, but yeah, other than that, just look forward to the Monday, Wednesday, Friday streams that I do at 11 to 2 p.m. So, yeah, that's it for me, honestly.
Say my normal streaming schedule is the podcast on Tuesdays, and then at 1 o'clock Central Time, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I either stream Dokkan or I stream Fallout 76.
I stream the same time as Anthony, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Usually around the same time too, but it's usually like 1 p.m. Central Time to whenever the fuck I feel like it. So
He's
there's that.
KP now, guys. So.
Yes.
Yeah,
He's very
so,
busy.
I'm so busy. But yeah, I play Dokkan, we play Call of Duty, Batman, whatever, variety. But yeah, also I just made my brand new Discord as well. So if you want to hop over there, there's a link for that. If you want to be part of the BK Lounge, we'd love to have you. But other than that, I don't have any YouTube videos scheduled, so I should really do that. But I don't know. I should also throw out there that Jinro reached out to me to make a collab video sometime soon, so maybe that will happen, or maybe I'll just use Tune. And then we'll say it was Jinro, right?
You're getting all fancy pants on us now, man.
Yeah. But yeah, hopefully that comes out soon. But yeah, keep your eyes peeled, boys.
As for me, y'all, I stream Sunday, Monday, Tuesdays, usually after about 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so 8 p.m. Eastern. But I have been streaming a little bit earlier. Today, probably just a little after the podcast, I'll probably do a Dokkan Battle stream. And then later on today, we got Halo MCC as well, followed by some Destiny 2 streaming as well. So it's going to be a long and adventurous day for today.
Nice. Alright, and before we officially close off, I do want to give shoutouts before we head out. So again, Alec, Tystra, Trevor, Ranma, Princess Trunks, thank you guys for the hosts in today's stream. I really do appreciate it. Rujo4, thank you for the follow. Neo Abs, thank you for the follow. Oms, thank you for the follow. Bruno Reformed, thank you for the follow. Ancient, thank you again for that 5-month resub, man. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. Fake Logic, thank you for the follow. And Yo-Yo Loves Kitty, thank you for the follow as well. So I appreciate you guys hanging out today. That is going to be the end of our podcast, unfortunately. But we will be doing this over again next week. I'm not sure who's hosting next week, actually.
Check your show notes. I'm pretty sure it's me.
Is it? Oh, let's go.
Oh.
It is you. Yes, we'll be joined with actually Rev Centrals. So if you guys are not already
Fine.
following him as well, go hit him up with a follow. He's been around my chat numerous times as well, so I'll give that personal shout out to him for all the support he's given me over the last couple weeks. But yeah, guys, be sure to check that out. It would be greatly appreciated. And to Biz Gamer, thank you so much for the 9 months for subbing, man. I appreciate it. And slow, please.
Slow with the raid. God damn.
Slow with the raid.
All right,
Slow
guys.
with the raid as we're ending the show.
We just finished up the Global Gang podcast, but if you guys are not already following Slow Plays as well, go hit my boy up with a follow on Twitch. But yeah, Raiders, we will be, I guess, sending you over to someone else, minus the fact that I can hear myself on stream. Okay.
We should raid Rev because he's gonna be here on next Tuesday.
Yeah,
that is very true.
Playing Jedi Fallen Order right now. Let's go through
Oh, that
him.
game is so good.
All right,
Hello
guys,
there.
we're gonna go share over the love from Slow Plays. We're gonna go ahead and raid Rev Central actually. So if you guys are not already following him, again, go check him out with a follow. Thank you guys so much for being a part of the podcast. It's been a pleasure streaming for you guys again. Pleasure doing this. Thank you guys for having me host it. I know I haven't been around for a while, so it was fun, man. It was really fun.
Yeah, it was good to have you back, bro.
All right. Well,
You're lucky you kept your job.
all right. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much for coming by.
Bye, dudes.
Peace, dudes.